Okay, I'm back. Where were we? We were here. Now I noted something here that was probably bad, which is I didn't save this document. So let me just do that. Save as. Okay. Now, one thing, by saving it to the cloud, all of a sudden you see this auto save. It saves automatically. I don't have to worry about it. Okay. Here, I'd like to just do a little bit more on styles. You basically have the fundamentals for everything you need. I recently did something with someone who had a lot of text messages. Obviously, for a story set in the 1870s, you're not going to have a lot of text. Okay, but you do have letters. So I'm going to cycle through. Here's how easy it is to, by the way, to do what I was just talking about. Boom, boom, style, first paragraph, make this heading 1. This is just simply go through the document and you can take care of that. Okay, but that's something you can do later. You'll see that there, you know, you do it rote by rote. So what I'm looking for is search. Looking for a letter, so I'm looking for deer. Okay. Here's the letter. Yay. Okay, so this is a letter. It's a dramatic letter. And what I want to do is I want to italicize it and indent it. However, the letter consists of different components. And this is a little tricky, but once you kind of work your way through understanding how to create the style, you can adapt it. Just as even though this is an 1870s story, you can adapt for text messages and you can make them look the way you want to and then create a style for the text message. So here's what I'm going to do. This is a letter and I want to italicize it. So the easiest way to simply take it from here to the end. Okay, this is the end of the letter. And let me just italicize it, okay? And I also want to indent it left and right with a slight exception. I want it to be first line, but I want the left to be indent and I want the right to be indent. Okay, so that's okay. Okay, so it looks like this. In fact, I'm going to put a hard return here, simply to show the letter in a bigger field. Okay, there's our letter. Now you can say, well, wait a minute, there are several things going on. First, remember, I want to save this style. So let me just highlight this paragraph and you'll see when I go to style, it'll say text. You can see I've overridden the text, but if I put the cursor here, it shows you what it will look like otherwise. Okay, that's not what I want. I changed it. So what I need to do, just as I had done with converting the text to the first paragraph, I need to create a style. Again, I'm going to call this letter body. Okay, now. Okay. Now, if you look, this here is not letter body. This is still text. So I have to do exactly what I did before, but I can do it all in one swoop. I can take this entire letter, boom, and I go to styles and letter body. Okay, now, for the first line of the letter, however, I don't want it to be indented. So I'm going to create another style built off of the letter style. And the difference is the one thing I need to do here is get rid of the indent. Boom. So now it's doing exactly the same thing, right button, or I can do it the way I did it before. Hit styles, hit create a style, letter deer, okay? Now, what else do I want to do here? Well, I want it to be a little gap with text. So I go to paragraph. I'm doing exactly the same thing. I want 6 points before it. Okay. Okay. Now, I want to update this. So again, I go here, I hit the right button, and I hit update. Boom. That's my update. And then finally, I'm going to do exactly the same thing here, except I want it to be more indented. Now this will be, go to paragraph again, and I can make it, I want it to be indented, let's say just 3. And if you eyeball it, obviously that's too much, not much of an eyeball there. So let's put it back, let's make it 2. Okay, fine. So let me do exactly the same thing I did before. Style, create a style. I'm going to call it letter end. Boom. Now I also want, this is a little tricky, so this will take a little timing here. I want to have a gap between the final line of the letter and the text. So what I do then is, just as I put a 6 point before for the deer, I'm going to put a 6 point after for the signature. But I don't want to separate the multi. Well, let me just show you. If I hit OK, and then I hit style update. Remember, until I hit update, it doesn't apply. It puts this gap here. You see there's a problem there, and I'll fix that in 2 seconds. Okay. So what I want to do is go to this box here and hit this box. Don't add space between paragraphs of the same style. Update, letter. That was my mistake. Okay, let me tell you what I did. Let me undo. I'm hitting undo here. Okay, this is where I was. Styles. It was a rookie mistake, but it happens. If you undo it. What I had done is I had indented this, but I had not, this please may God be with you. But I had not, I'd kept it in the text, letter body. So when I changed it, it changed the letter body, my mistake. So here, letter end, update letter end. Now that update is as follows. I want to put in points, 6 points after, but only if it's not followed. I'll explain that in a second. You see, a perfect example. I don't want space. These are both the same form, the same style, and I don't want a space there, but I want a space after this. And the easiest way to do that is with what I just did, which is hitting that button, don't add space. Now, remember, I still have to save this. So hit the right button, update, boom. See what happened by putting a letter end. This is letter end, this is letter end. Therefore, there's a gap after the second one, not the first. So that is basically doing exactly what I did before, but in a more particularized context. So you can update your document however you would like. Again, and as you go through, just zip, zip, zip. And this is first paragraph. Okay, so that's, I'm just going to look for one more letter. I think. Sorry. My dear Miss Campbell. This is another letter. Okay. So very simply, this is the first line of the, this is the deer. So letter deer, boom. This is letter body. Now notice I don't have to highlight the whole paragraph. I just have to have the cursor within it. I mean, it's easier if you're doing multiple things to put it, to highlight it. But you don't have to highlight the complete thing. Letter body, boom. Your humble servant. Okay, this is style. This is letter end. Again, as I'm doing it, I'm picking up that I missed something, and it's easy enough to change as you go forward. You can see here what I did is cancel. This is indented the first line. I didn't notice that in the prior one. I notice it now. So all I need to do is go here, change that, okay, and then save it that way. Again, the right cursor here, boom, update. Okay, now this is a PS, this is part of the letter body, boom. And this is his signature, his initials, letter end. Now I'm fine. Okay, now again, the point is that you could do this to do anything you want to do. You can do this with the styles. That's all the style is, defining the paragraph. Okay, and that's how you make the document look however you would like to look, make it look. If you would prefer it not to be justified, that's fine. Okay, it's all personal preference. And that's all I have at this point. And I'll see you next time. So let me stop this share. Stop recording.